Now, 30,000 taxpayers have declared assets worth 29,000 crores. Now, this is as a result of the nudging campaign initiated by the Central Board of Direct Taxes in November last year. My colleague Shrimi brings in this particular report.
See, India has been receiving data since 2018 from 125 countries under various automatic exchange of information and reporting standards. And in September 2024 itself, it has received a massive chunk of data from 108 countries, where thousands of individuals were featured where they having a foreign income through accounts and interest and dividend, etc. And under that CBDT, the nodal tax department decided to initiate a voluntary compliance and nodal campaign rather on November 14th, where they sort of tried to nudge these individuals to, disclose their foreign income from various other sources in the foreign countries and come clean and sort of revise their return. So the rule at this point says that if you have a foreign income at the foreign land and if you are a resident Indian, you are supposed to declare that in your tax return, and failing so could lead to a penalty up to 10 lakh rupees, and you may also face prosecution under Black Money Act. But this time the department has changed its strategy. It has taken the voluntary route instead of going through the enforcement route, and sort of nudge around 19,000 such individual based on the data through emails, outreach program, and sort of try to convince them to come forward, come clean and declare their foreign asset in the tax return. And this time very interesting point has also emerged where India also shared the similar information and exchanged the data with US under the FATCA 2010, and details of that is not known yet, but that will be a very important step in terms of having more information exchange from the foreign counterparts, which will help a tax department across the globe to nab tax offenders and use these strategies to get revenues and lead to more tax payment in future.
Well, thanks for that, Shrimi. But that's all we have on this edition of Markets today. But before we go, the world is gearing up for the celebration of International Women's Day on March 8th, which is tomorrow. On account of this special day, NDTV Profit spoke to a host of women leaders across India's business and the finance sector about why we don't have enough women leaders currently in the corporate world. My colleague Haripriya brings in this report.
It's International Women's Day. While we celebrate the success of women across sectors, there's still a long way to go, especially in leadership roles. Women only make 3% of CEOs, while organizations that prioritize diversity actually stand to make 21% more profits. So, why are women still not in leadership roles?
What women face is a multitude of reasons. It could be bias, but I feel bias is a small factor. It's also because of the life cycle. There are women who discontinue workforce. So currently there are very mindful measures to include those workforce back to office.
I have been in the IT sector, and an off-site posting was considered a valuable experience. And there was one woman employee working in a multinational company who said that she was never considered when an opportunity for on-site came up, to go to the US or Europe, etc. So when she asked, they said, no, but you have your family to look after, so we don't want to break up your family.
Though businesses with more women in leadership positions tend to make 21% more profitability, lack of mentorship and unconscious bias remain major roadblocks. So what can be done to push more women into leadership roles?
They are very efficient, they are multitaskers, they're looking after so many things, balancing the budget, looking after the children, the family. But when it comes to professional work, women lack confidence because they have been told that leave it to the men. It's their job to earn the money and look after you. Very conscious decision has to be taken by the financial sector to see that there is a level playing field. And when it comes to investment, whether by the government, whether by investors, whether by banks, gender segregated reporting system has to be there to consciously see if women are being left out, and if so, why.
While the numbers might not be where we want them to be, the progress is gradually happening. As more organizations invest in diversity, we will truly have a leadership that reflects the workforce.